So, who really rules the skies in 2025? It's a huge question. Today, we're going to cut through all the noise and give you the definitive countdown of the 10 most powerful air forces on the planet right now. Let's dive in. First, let's start with a number that just puts everything into perspective: $2.44 trillion. That is the mind-boggling amount the world is spending on defense this year. And you better believe a massive piece of that pie is going right into the race for air superiority. And this quote really gets to the heart of why all that money matters so much. You know, in any modern conflict, controlling the sky is, well, it's everything. It's about being able to strike anywhere with pinpoint accuracy, move your troops in a flash, and project power across the globe. It is the ultimate high ground. Which brings us right back to that big question. Who actually rules those skies today? Well, it's time to stop talking and start the countdown to find out. Okay, first up, we have the global contenders. We're going to move pretty quickly through ranks 10 down to 4, taking a look at the nations that are truly serious players on the world stage. Kicking off our countdown at number 10 is Israel. Now, 581 aircraft might not sound like a huge number compared to some others we'll see, but this is a force defined by one thing: quality. They are absolute pioneers in tech integration, customizing their jets with unique Israeli-made weapons and electronics, like their incredible F-35i Adir fleet. This gives them a powerful and, importantly, combat-proven edge. Next, we're looking at two key European allies side by side: the United Kingdom and France. Both are absolute powerhouses in NATO, but as you're about to see, they take very different approaches to how they use their air power. And this table just breaks it down perfectly. The UK, coming in at number 9, is all about quality over quantity. They've built their power around elite carrier strike groups, featuring the F-35B. Meanwhile, France, at number 8, has a larger fleet and really excels at rapid, independent operations overseas with its awesome Roughfall and Mirage fighters. Coming in at number 7, we've got Pakistan. Stationed in a really complex and volatile part of the world, its agile force of about 1,300 aircraft is built for defense and counterinsurgency. They operate a pretty unique mix of jets, including their own co-developed JF17 Thunder right alongside American F-16s. Now we're going to pivot over to East Asia, a region that is just buzzing with military modernization. At number 6 is Japan, with an air force meticulously designed for defending its territory and working seamlessly with U.S. forces. And then right next door, at number 5, you have South Korea, whose entire force is laser-focused on one thing: maintaining a high-tech deterrent against North Korea. Now, both of these nations operate advanced American F-35s, but the real story here is South Korea's incredibly ambitious push to build its own next-gen fighter, the KF-21 Boramae. This is so much more than just a new jet. It's a strategic play for technological independence, and that's a trend we're seeing reshape alliances all over the world. And breaking into the top 4, we have India, with a truly formidable fleet of over 2,200 aircraft. As a pivotal player in the Indo-Pacific, India pulls off a tricky balancing act, fielding powerful imported jets like the French Rafale, while also developing its own increasingly capable homegrown aircraft like the Tejas fighter. All right. Take a deep breath. We've arrived at the Superpower Summit. We're going to slow things down now to focus on the 3 undisputed titans of global air power. And just look at this chart. Seriously, it tells you everything you need to know. The gap between the top 3 and everybody else isn't just a gap. It's a chasm. We are talking about a completely different league of air power. Claiming that number 3 spot is China. With over 3,300 aircraft, its rise has been nothing short of meteoric. And the key to this incredible growth? A massive investment in its own advanced tech, like the J-20 stealth fighter. China's strategic goal is crystal clear: establish air dominance in the Asia-Pacific. At number 2, we have Russia. Its fleet of nearly 4,300 aircraft is built with 2 words in mind: robust and durable. Russian jets, like the legendary Su-35, are designed to be versatile workhorses that can operate in the most extreme conditions. And even while facing some serious challenges, Russia continues to modernize, remaining a powerhouse in things like electronic warfare and strategic bombing. And now, for the undisputed leader in air power for 2025, the number 1 spot. The United States, with a jaw-dropping 13,043 aircraft. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. It's more than Russia and China, the next 2 powers, combined. It is simply on another level. So, what's the secret sauce? Why is the US so dominant? It's not just about the raw numbers. It's this killer combination of factors. They have an unmatched ability to project power anywhere on Earth. They have cutting-edge stealth tech, with planes like the F-22 and the B-2 Spirit. They have a massive R&D budget. But the real game changer: total force integration. Their air assets are spread across the Air Force, Navy, Marines, and even the Army, all designed to work together as one giant cohesive force. So that's the lay of the land for 2025. But these rankings, they're not set in stone. Things are changing, and they're changing fast. So let's look at the key trends that are set to redefine what air power even means in the coming years. There are really 4 big trends shaping this future. First, the rise of stealth and drones is pushing combat toward unmanned systems. Second, that push for homegrown tech we saw with South Korea, that's going global as nations try to become more independent. Third, growing geopolitical tension is fueling a new kind of arms race in the skies. And finally, AI is being used not just in cockpits, but to solve real-world problems, like pilot shortages and incredibly complex logistics. So, after all that, what's the big takeaway here? Let's wrap this up with one final thought on the very nature of air supremacy itself. We've spent this whole time talking about pilots, jets, and national strategies. But as AI gets smarter and autonomous drone swarms become a reality, the ultimate question might be this: will the dominant air power of the future even be human at all? Something to think about.